Coming up on Alaska's News Source. Anchorage sees its third officer-involved shooting and the second deadly one within just 21 days.
We're going to follow the process.
At the same time, and just before he's set to leave office, Anchorage Mayor Dave Bronson saying the series of officer-involved shootings does not show an increasing trend toward violence across the city.
3 shootings in a couple of weeks, that's a challenge, but we've had those episodes before.
Tonight, comprehensive coverage of these recent shootings involving Anchorage police officers. And Anchorage School District parents say they're worried about plans involving their children's education.
Every parent I've talked to has been concerned.
Context and perspective ahead of the decision that will impact all Anchorage students moving forward.
Happening right now, I'm at the Anchorage School District headquarters where public testimony is scheduled to start in about a half hour. Parents could find out whether or not their children might transition to academies of Anchorage.
I'm Carly Schreck. More changes could be in store for how student input is received. We'll tell you about the revisions the Mat-Su School Board is proposing.
From sunny and mild to cool, wet, and windy, an incoming storm brings heavy rain for parts of South Central and Southeast. I'll let you know what to prepare for.
You're watching Alaska's News Source.
We should always be concerned about any violence that happens.
Crime and violence in Anchorage, the center of big questions tonight. A third shooting involving Anchorage police officers in as many weeks. This one leaving 1 man dead and marking the second officer-involved shooting within several days. But the first of this year, and first since body-worn cameras were implemented, was on May 13th in the Sand Lake neighborhood when 34-year-old Chris Handy was killed. Security cameras caught that shooting on tape. The next officer-involved shooting was just this past weekend near multiple downtown bars on the morning of June 1st. A 22-year-old was shot but survived and is the suspect in a homicide investigation. And the most recent shooting involving Anchorage police happening last night in the Fairview neighborhood and leaving 1 man dead. That is the latest of 3 police-involved shootings happening in as many weeks. Last night's also within hours of a different shooting that did not involve police firing their weapons. Investigative reporter Rebecca Polsha sitting down with Anchorage Mayor Dave Bronson to get his thoughts on all of this. Rebecca.
Beth, it has been a busy day, and we want you to see where these 3 shootings took place. But Bronson says he's in talks with his appointed police chief, and he has confidence this is not a trend.
Yeah, come on up.
25-year-old Savon Berry arrested in custody after police say he shot a man in the upper body in a business parking lot near the intersection of Boniface Parkway and East Northern Lights Boulevard. The victim in critical condition.
Mr. Berry is on video shooting a man in the chest during a verbal altercation.
Not here, recovering after being shot by Anchorage police, 22-year-old Caleb Bordakovsky. He's facing murder charges. This is the 3rd time Anchorage police have shot someone in the past 2 months. 2 have died. In the past few days, there have also been at least 3 people involved in shootings. Monday night, police say officers shot and killed a man after shots were fired near East 19th and Carlick Street.
3 shootings in a couple of weeks, that's a challenge, but we've had those episodes before.
Mayor Dave Bronson says this is not a trend.
These shootings in the last few weeks, they're a challenge, but it's new. So is it indicative of a long-term trend? I don't think we see that yet.
This is also the 3rd time in the past 2 months police have shot someone when called for help, including Chris Handy, whose death was recorded on home surveillance video.
I mean, 3 weeks ago, you wouldn't have asked about the violence.